Hey there, lovely souls. Welcome to my channel, Magnetize Official. In today's video, we'll be doing a collective reading and energy update for our wonderful Bow Collective here on YouTube. I'll start by shuffling the cards and tuning into the energy to pull through some initial messages. Right away, I'm picking up on something a bit unusual for someone out there. I'm not sure exactly who this is for, but the message coming through is about possible throat chakra issues, particularly around communication or self-expression. You might notice yourself struggling to find the right words or feeling blocked when you're around certain people in your life. It might even make you question if there's something off energetically on your end. But, interestingly, you'll likely find that when you're with other people, you're able to express yourself clearly and easily. There's a powerful, energetic reason behind this. When you feel that stuck throat chakra energy or struggle to communicate around certain individuals, it might be because you get frustrated with yourself for not being able to find the right words. You might go silent, unsure of what to say, or stumble over your words. This challenge is deeply rooted in energy. When there's a vibrational mismatch between you and the person you're communicating with, it can feel nearly impossible to connect, even with physical words. Everything is truly based on energy, and as we collectively ascend and the planet's energy continues to rise, it's going to become increasingly difficult to communicate verbally with those who are on a very different vibrational level. It's like there are invisible glass walls between you and others. You can see and perceive each other, but trying to communicate feels like yelling through a barrier or struggling to hear someone on the other side of a wall. I'm getting a message for someone to start paying attention to how you feel about communication when you're around others. Instead of quickly blaming or judging yourself, consider if there might be a vibrational disconnect between you and the other person that's causing these communication issues. I'm not sure who needs to hear this, but remember, there's no randomness in the universe. Everything happens for a reason, and I trust this message will reach whoever needs it, consciously or subconsciously. Now, let's shuffle the Energy Oracle Cards deck. Don't forget, you can follow me on Instagram, @MagnetizeOfficial, for more energy updates, information, and inspiration. Wow, I'm picking up on a very intense masculine energy. I'm hearing dark and intense, which might describe this person's essence. This feels like a deep soul bond. It seems like this person is always hovering around your energy, even if there's a physical or communication disconnect between you two. The fact that we pulled the Magician and the Mirror card in reverse suggests this could be a high-level soulmate or even a twin flame connection. This card is one of my 2 twin flame indicators in this deck. However, just because it appears doesn't automatically confirm a twin flame connection. You'll be the one to intuitively know if this resonates as a twin flame or soulmate for you. For others, this might not resonate at all, since I'm tuning into various connections and energies in this reading. If this message doesn't feel right for you, another message later on might resonate more personally. For this specific person, there's a strong masculine energy present. I'm sensing that this person might even be appearing in your dreams, trying to connect with you spiritually. If you haven't met them in the physical world yet, it's as if their soul is reaching out to you. In some cases, this could be more direct, where this masculine is consciously sending you a lot of energy. For those who are new to the channel, I want to clarify that when I talk about masculine and feminine energy, I'm referring to energy dynamics, not gender. We all have both masculine and feminine energies within us. These are the building blocks of all creation, present in everyone and everything. The person showing up in this reading as the masculine is currently embodying that energy more visibly, leaning into a more 3D physical focus. I'm also hearing the word work. So this person may be very work-oriented right now. The word distraction is also coming through. It's like you're a distraction for this person, though not in a negative way. They just find it hard to focus on their daily tasks without thinking about you. This person seems to be very much entrenched in the matrix, meaning they're not fully awake or aware of their spiritual path yet. With the man holding a coin card in reverse, there's a sense of imbalance in their energy, which in turn is affecting the connection between the two of you. Whether this is a soulmate or twin flame, it feels like an unbalanced connection at the moment. Despite the deep spiritual bond and potential, the relationship isn't fully manifesting that potential in the physical world right now. We also pulled the crown chakra card in the upright position and the journey card, which instantly made me think of a spiritual journey. This person is starting to embark on a spiritual path within themselves, even if they aren't fully conscious of it yet. They may be in the early stages of a spiritual awakening without realizing it. Now, let's dive deeper into this masculine energy. What's going on with them? Your unconditional love is sparking this awakening within them, symbolized by the Angel of Love card. You are a beacon of unconditional love and light, and you've touched this person's heart and soul deeply. However, I'm sensing a kind of sadness on your end, as if you feel rejected, dismissed, or even ghosted by this person. The irony is that they feel the opposite. They feel very soft and warm towards you, despite the apparent disconnect. I'm hearing, "I didn't want to be dismissive," from this person. This dynamic is quite complex, because what you see on the surface is very different from how they actually feel. On one hand, they feel warm and affectionate towards you, yet you seem to be a big distraction from their daily focus, almost to the point of being humorous. They might even have a good sense of humor, or humor could be a shared connection between you two. However, there's definitely an imbalance in their energy right now. They're on a spiritual journey to sort this out and rebalance themselves. In the meantime, I sense that you've felt dismissed or left out in the cold, which might be causing you some emotional pain. For most of you tuning in, I'm picking up on a divine feminine energy, leaning into creativity, spirituality, and a softer approach. You might see yourself as a creative person or have been feeling particularly inspired lately. There's a strong emphasis on you being the artist and creator of your own life right now. I'm going to reshuffle the cards to dive deeper into what this masculine is working on rebalancing and why there's this imbalance. It might be related to work or finances, or they could be experiencing instability in their career or financial situation. They might have recently gone through a major transition in their life or work. Let's dig into why this masculine is feeling unbalanced. The Adjacent Possibilities card reversed suggests that they've closed one door but haven't yet opened the next, leaving them feeling a bit ungrounded. This transition might involve leaving behind a relationship, a job, a life phase, or even a location, and they're uncertain about what the next phase will look like. There's a lot of uncertainty around this change. Looking for more details, we see the man holding a heart card reversed. It's almost as if, amidst this transition and the uncertainty about their future, they've put up a kind of emotional barrier or closed off their romantic life. From their perspective, they feel they can't prioritize romance right now. This explains the complicated energy where, despite holding a special place for you and feeling warm towards you, they've effectively shut down their romantic involvement to focus on stabilizing themselves and moving into this next phase of their life. All right, I'm going to reshuffle the cards and open up this part of the reading to see if there's anything else connected to the beautiful divine feminines listening today. The Hostilities card is coming up, suggesting that your light is triggering some reactions from people around you. whether they're in your community or personal circle. I'm hearing that some of these individuals might be people you were once very close to, either physically or emotionally. It feels like a sense of betrayal, almost as if someone who should have had your best interest at heart is now reacting negatively to your presence. This won't resonate with everyone, and I typically focus on more positive aspects, but I feel it's important to address this. If you've been dealing with unexpected, lower vibrational emotions or experiences, this might be a sign to heighten your energetic protection. What you're experiencing could be the result of triggered reactions and projections from certain people around you. A key sign that this might be happening is if someone close to you unexpectedly left your life, be it a romantic partner, a friend, or a family member. If this person left abruptly or cut off communication, it might have come as a shock. My guides are using dramatic language, saying it was an enemy in your own camp. What this means is that this person who exited your life likely didn't have the best intentions or was very triggered by your light, projecting those negative feelings back onto you. You'll know this is true if, since their departure, you felt lighter and more liberated, almost as if a heavy cloud has lifted. Even if there are occasional pangs of sadness, you might notice that certain areas of your life are improving and you generally feel happier and more at ease. It's as if this person's leaving, though unexpected and painful, was a blessing in disguise, freeing you to rise to higher levels of vibration. I'm hearing that this shift is really opening the floodgates for physical manifestations in your life that may have felt stuck while you were connected with this person. Trust that as you maintain these higher levels of vibration, keeping your heart open, living through unconditional love, and shining your light, what leaves your life is making way for positive changes. Even if it feels a bit sad or disappointing at times, trust that it's all part of the process. I know this message might be quite specific and may only resonate with a few, but generally, you may find that your openness and vulnerability can trigger reactions in those around you. Your raw authenticity and the purity of your light can sometimes be overwhelming for others. This might create moments of sadness when deep connections seem too intense for some people. Even if these individuals do reconnect with you, they might need to take breaks to process the profound changes you've sparked in them. They may detach or disconnect for a while to work through their feelings and then return once they've had time to process. This is a natural part of your dynamic with others and reflects the powerful impact of your light. I'm hearing that you're incredibly skilled at processing and transmuting energy because it's something you've been doing for many lifetimes. In this lifetime, it's happening at an accelerated pace. You're used to handling intense energy shifts and elevating to higher levels quickly. However, others around you tend to process energy at a much slower rate. This can create a situation where you move rapidly through transformations, such as connections, awakenings, or ego deaths, reaching new levels of spiritual awareness faster than those around you. It can feel like a game of hurry up and wait, where you're energetically ahead, but others need time to catch up while you hold the space. The key is not to lower your vibration or slow yourself down to stay connected with others throughout this process. It's important to keep your vibration high and not let yourself be pulled down to match the slower pace of others. The appreciation card has come up, and I'm hearing a strong message to stay locked into self-love. This has been a recurring theme, and there's a reason it keeps coming up. There are subconscious programs around you that might try to bring you down from a place of total self-love, trying to trigger doubts or undermine your confidence. It's essential that your light remains stronger and more intense than these lower vibrational forces. When I talk about these forces, I'm referring to deeply ingrained subconscious patterns, those ancient belief systems that once served us well, but now might be holding us back from our next level of growth. Just as these old beliefs may have been crucial for your evolution in the past, there might be certain patterns or ideas you're still clinging to that are no longer beneficial. I'm hearing that a powerful exercise right now would be to journal or reflect on these old systems. Consider which beliefs or patterns that once helped you are now limiting your progress and how they might be keeping you from reaching your next phase of growth or spiritual expansion. Let's see what else we can channel for you. The Journey card has appeared upright, and I'm feeling drawn to the Work Your Light Oracle for further insight. The card we have is Deep Replenishment, Retreat, Rest, Be Held. For someone listening, this could signify an upcoming travel opportunity, even if it's just a short local trip. This could be a chance for you to rest and rejuvenate, offering you a sort of personal spiritual retreat. Let's pull another card to see what comes through. We have Inner Temple, Leap, and Sisterhood of the Rose. The Leap card says, "You go first, the universe will catch you." This suggests that someone might be feeling inspired to take a bold leap of faith, perhaps in your career, creativity, or relationships. It's something you might have kept to yourself, not yet ready to share openly. You're likely noticing signs and synchronicities encouraging this new direction, but also feeling some doubts because it's all so new. The Death card appears, symbolizing transformation, new beginnings, and letting go. It suggests a significant transition in your life. Coupled with the Nine of Wands reversed, it seems there's something you're clinging to that needs to be released, whether it's an old version of yourself, a past connection, or someone who's holding on to your energy stubbornly. This is affecting your third eye chakra, meaning your intuition is key to navigating what needs to be let go. Once you release this old energy, things will shift to a much lighter, more exciting phase. The Nine of Cups and Knight of Swords represent powerful manifestations, wishes coming true, and a deep sense of fulfillment. Embrace this transition and allow yourself to move past what no longer serves you to fully step into this new, abundant phase of your life. Embrace this transformation by shifting your focus entirely to this new way of living. Stay grounded in the present moment without needing to know all the details of how or when things will come together. Keep your sacral chakra open, allowing creativity to flow freely and surrendering to the process. This aligns with the themes we've been exploring about stepping into a higher dimension of living. Connected to this, we see the Knight of Swords, indicating a release of past energy. This might involve letting go of someone or something that's been stubbornly holding on, or maybe something you were struggling to hold on to yourself. As you let go, you're moving into a dynamic, fast-moving energy, symbolized by the Knight of Swords. This energy is not only quick and exciting, but also very decisive. This shift might involve your internal masculine energy, suggesting that as you release the old and embrace the new 5D energy, abundance, creativity, and trust in the present, you're stepping into a more decisive and empowered phase. It could also relate to an external masculine figure in your life, either now or in the future. If so, this person is likely to be very determined and loyal, showing a clear and decisive intention to connect with you and explore the potential of your relationship. I'm immediately drawn to the Hostilities card, which is linked to the third eye chakra. It feels like someone from your past is struggling with their intuition. This person, with whom you shared a deep connection on multiple levels, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, seems to be resisting their inner guidance. It looks like they're trying to downplay the significance of your connection, convincing themselves it was just a physical attraction. They might be telling themselves that their strong feelings and persistent thoughts about you are purely physical. But beneath the surface, their intuition is actually urging them toward you, even though they're trying to deny or block it out. Let's delve a bit deeper into how this person is ignoring their intuition. There's a powerful pull drawing them toward you, tied to their own sacred journey and spiritual awakening. The card, Sacred Journey. Understand who you truly are. This journey brings self-discovery, is coming through strongly. If you're a divine feminine listening, which I sense many of you are, this message is for someone with masculine energy connected to you. What I'm picking up is that you've reflected something profound and intense back to this masculine energy. As a highly awakened divine feminine, you act like a crystal-clear mirror. You reflect back not just the true selves of others, but also their highest potential, whether in romantic relationships, friendships, or even in professional settings. You have a unique ability to reveal the blocks that hold others back from their highest potential, while also showing them the limitless possibilities they can achieve. The Potential card echoes this with its message of fulfillment, risk, achievement. Your potential is limitless. Whether in romantic, platonic, or casual connections, you have this amazing gift of helping others uncover and dissolve their barriers while recognizing their true potential. Getting to know you isn't something that can be done on a superficial level. Those who approach you in a shallow or merely physical way will find themselves blocked from deeper connection. It's as if the divine steps in, ensuring that only genuine connections can deepen. You might have noticed people drifting away because they couldn't grasp the depth of who you are. That's because understanding you goes beyond surface-level interactions. It's a sacred spiritual journey that requires diving within. To truly connect with you, someone has to go on their own inner journey. But here's the amazing part. If someone is part of your soul family or soul group and they're doing their inner work, you're destined to cross paths. This could happen through dreams, subtle energy connections, or even in person. The universe orchestrates these meetings as part of both your journeys. That's why you've been encountering so many soulmates recently, divine, feminine. They're beginning their inner journeys, and even if these encounters seem small or fleeting, they're deeply significant. Every interaction is an energy exchange where you, often unknowingly, guide others on their path. People are drawn to you because they're seeking that energetic boost to help them reach their highest potential. Now, let's focus back on you. You have an incredible gift for seeing the potential in others, much like spotting a flower waiting to bloom from a seed. However, this gift can come with challenges. When you recognize what others could become, you might meet those who aren't ready to step into their full potential yet. These individuals may feel a strong pull to connect with you, but struggle because you reflect the very blockages they need to overcome. Even those who seem like soulmates or twin flames, sharing a similar core soul frequency, can have trouble connecting fully if they aren't aligned with that frequency themselves. If they're bogged down by internal blockages they're not ready to face, it can prevent you from fully accessing the potential of your connection in the physical world. This often happens when someone chooses to ignore their own potential or avoids confronting their challenges. This seems to be the case with the masculine energy connected to you, who is currently struggling with their intuition. Keep in mind, my readings can be very specific, so if this doesn't quite fit your situation, there may still be insights here for you. We might also explore other connections in this reading, so stay tuned. The Unawakened and Material World cards suggest that this person, whether a soulmate or twin flame, is currently very focused on their material reality. They might be dealing with stress or pressure related to their home, finances, or work. As a result, they're operating from a lower vibrational state, deeply immersed in the material aspects of life and not yet in tune with their higher potential. They're struggling to understand how this connection goes beyond the physical realm. The impact you've had on them is profound, even if they're not quite ready to admit it. They keep expecting this bond to fade away, like a footprint in the sand, but it's actually more like a mark in cement. This connection isn't just a fleeting impression, it's rooted in something ancient, a bond that existed long before this life, and all you did was awaken it. That's the core of what this particular masculine is wrestling with. Typically, this person might dismiss the idea of soul connections, but you represent the strongest soul connection they've ever felt. For you, this might not be as surprising because you've likely encountered many soulmates, perhaps even on a twin flame journey. But for them, you're unlike anyone they've ever met. This is difficult for them to accept because on the surface, there might be significant differences or even opposites between you. If there's a separation or disconnect, they might try to convince themselves it's because of these differences, or that you never really understood each other. But deep down, they know the truth. You saw into the core of their being just as they saw yours. There was a mutual recognition of each other's true selves, and no matter how hard they try to deny it, they can't escape this truth. It lingers in their mind, and the more they try to push it away, the more it frustrates and unsettles them. They're not taking any action right now, and even if you reach out, they're likely to remain unresponsive. They're rejecting their intuition, despite you being constantly on their mind. They replay every conversation and interaction, contemplating reaching out, but ultimately hold back. If you find yourself revisiting those moments in your mind, seemingly out of nowhere, it might be a sign that you're picking up on their energy. They're thinking so intensely about your past interactions that it feels like those thoughts are being sent your way through energetic connection. I know it can be really frustrating when it feels like they're stuck in a loop, not making any real progress. Even if you've reached out or thought about doing so, their energy is pretty stubborn right now, and they're not ready to make a move. In the meantime, I'm going to shuffle the cards again to see who else is connected to your energy. You might be seeing numbers like 1122 or 1133. These could be signs related to this situation. When I tuned into the energy around you, the card Observe came up. This suggests someone is keeping an eye on you, possibly from a distance or through your online presence. If you have a public profile or social media, they're likely watching what you share but aren't reaching out directly. This person is feeling a push from their intuition to move from a negative state to a more positive and optimistic place. They might have been dealing with some heavy emotional patterns and are working to shift their outlook. Right now, they're frustrated with their own stagnation. Once they work through these heavier feelings and shift into a more positive mindset, you might hear from them. They could reach out to seek forgiveness or resolve any lingering issues. They may have withdrawn when they were feeling down or overwhelmed, not wanting to burden you or not being ready to act on their feelings. This could be about a platonic or romantic connection, depending on your situation. For some, it might involve a romantic interest who struggled to fully pursue or sustain their feelings due to their emotional state. They may have come across as stubborn or resistant, leading to a sudden and abrupt ending. Whether it was a friendship, romantic relationship, or family bond. The Seven of Wands, which appeared upright, suggests things may have ended abruptly with a sense of no compromise. But now that the card has turned around, it indicates that although it seemed like there was no room for compromise before, This person is likely to soften up emotionally in the future. Something will push them to reach out and clear the air, possibly to ask for your forgiveness. When they do, expect a much gentler approach. They may have seemed rigid or resistant before, but as they move into a more positive mindset, they'll come forward with a willingness to compromise and reconnect. They'll be more open to forgiveness, both giving and receiving, and ready to move past old issues. If this was a romantic connection in the past, they might seek to mend things, even if it's just to establish a positive friendship or acquaintanceship. Their deepest wish, if romance was involved, would be to rekindle that connection. However, they might feel that a romantic relationship isn't feasible at the moment. This could be due to their own mindset, your current desires, or the circumstances. If any of this resonates with you, I'll be delving deeper into this energy over on Patreon. In the extended reading, I'll explore your aura and look into other connections that might be influencing you, whether romantic, platonic, or spiritual insights. For now, let's focus on what the beautiful divine feminines need to know. I'm seeing 222, a strong sign that you're aligned with your path. This could be related to your passions, gifts, or soul purpose, affirming that you're on the right track with what truly matters to you. While some areas of your life might still feel tangled or uncertain, I'm sensing a burst of clarity in other parts. It's like a breakthrough has just happened, and you're seeing things clearly after a period of confusion. This could relate to your soul purpose, a dream you want to revisit, or an old goal or idea. It feels like the fog has lifted, giving you a renewed sense of direction. However, some areas might still feel unclear or complex, such as certain romantic connections or other parts of your life, where the outcome seems unknown. You might be navigating these by intuition, feeling like you're walking in the dark without a clear view of how things will unfold. The message I'm getting is to go with the flow and trust the journey. Life is meant to ebb and flow naturally, so embrace your intuitive guidance and stay open without fixating on strict timelines or outcomes. Just like floating on water keeps you at the surface, allowing yourself to flow with life helps you maintain a high vibration. Resisting the current only makes things more challenging and uncomfortable. With the third chakra reversed, you might be feeling some doubts or fears as you move forward. Even with newfound clarity, there might still be questions like, can I trust this clarity? Can I trust this path? It's completely normal to have these feelings, but leaning into the flow and trusting your inner guidance will help you navigate them. You might also notice that not everyone is thrilled with how you're presenting yourself. Whether you're stepping into something new, being more visible, or achieving some level of recognition, remember that only you can determine what aligns with your soul's path. When you share from the heart and stay true to your authentic self, it's natural for some people to feel triggered, especially those who keep their hearts closed. Your genuine, heart-centered energy might stir up fear in others who are dealing with their own emotional barriers. But here's the good news. Over time, you'll become more of an inspiration than a source of discomfort. It's a journey that requires patience and self-trust. Keep sharing your truth and your soul's essence, regardless of how others react. By staying authentic and following your inner guidance, you're not only staying true to yourself, but also paving the way for others to open their hearts and reach their potential. I'd like to share a bit from the guidebook that really resonates. It says, "O sudden resurrection, O countless blessings, O blazing fire in the jungle of thoughts. Today you arrive with laughter to break open the jail." Rumi. The guidebook also notes, "You, blazing angel, capable of so much, evoke the testing hand of life. Why not, when you cannot fail? Yet in your sweet surrender, how can the great beloved not respond in kind and offer you solace, comfort, and mercy? For not all success must be hard won. This is your birthright now, your divine inheritance. Let it soften the hard edges of your life and your being, and bring to you the grace that is deserved. This feels like a perfect note to end on. You can also connect with me on Instagram, By Magnetize Official, and if you haven't already, I'd love for you to subscribe to the channel and join our wonderful community of like-minded, conscious, and creative souls here on YouTube, sending you all immense waves of love and light today. Have a beautiful rest of your day and week.